This video covers georeference scans. For previous steps, please refer to our relevant videos on our YouTube channel. So before we start, make sure your Project Explorer and View Filter Manager is accessible by switching them on here. And we will be working within the Points Cloud tab. If you want to turn off the stations but aren't sure what layer they're in, if you click one, right-click Properties, and the layer is Points, go to your View Filter Manager and turn off Points. So the first thing we will do is create regions to manage our data and ensure that nothing's being processed that isn't required. We're only going to use part of this scan for our internal floor plans. So you can choose how you want to select the data down here, rectangle or polygon, and I'm going to use polygon. So if you click for polygon once, hold, and then release, once you've got that first line, you can continue to just do a single click. Double click to end. This is selected and this is a new region, so we're going to hit create region and call it keep out. And if you want to switch off the region so you can see what you don't have, head to your View Filter Manager, scroll down to Point Cloud Regions and just turn off the keep out tab and you can see the data you're left with. And again, we're just going to get rid of this extra bit of room that we don't want for this demo. And this time we're going to add to region, keep out, and hit add. And then that should go. If you're working with multiple areas, you can also use regions to separate the data ready for processing. So for example, having an outside region and an internal region if you've got external features of a building and you're doing internal floor plans. So the next stage is to do our extract classified point cloud regions. This is up here. So we're going to hit that. And for this, it's an indoor extraction. And we're going to untick graded floors as we know we don't have any. So to select, you can either click on here and it will select it. Alternatively, you can go to your Project Explorer, go to your point cloud regions, and if you hold Control, you can select multiple regions, and again that will put that into your selections. If we hit Classify, and we'll just allow that to run. So depending on your size of your data, this may take some time, but once it has classified, you'll see it changes color. And if you hit the close button, then you can access this. So you probably want to look at your 3D view, which again is found in your Point Clouds tab up here. If you hit Control, then it moves up and down, and just the central wheel to rotate. So each region has a different color. One of the ways to check your data ready for cleanup and to make sure everything has been classified correctly is go to your View Filter Manager, down to your Point Cloud regions, and just toggle off your layers to check that you're happy with each. You can see most of your default is furniture. So we're going to leave it with floor and wall for the next stage. So if you do need to do some cleaning up, or you want to move something for a region, for example, maybe you don't want to draw this external door handle in your floor plan, same process as before. Just select the area you're interested in. This time, if you use keep in, then it will isolate that layer so you can just get a better look. As you can see, you've got a bit of a handle here. And then we're going to create a region called external handle. As you can see, it's restored all, but if you were working on keep in and didn't do anything, you can hit the restore all button here and it will bring everything back, and we will turn that off. So once you're happy with the way everything is looking, we're going to create a slice, which in TBC is called a plane. So we'll head to Plane Manager, create new, give it a meaningful name, and we're going to use perpendicular to elevation axis. So you can select your position on the point cloud. And you've got two choices. You can leave it, for example, at your ground elevation if you're not sure how high you want your slice to be, or you can change your elevation to set the slice at this stage. So for 1.1, we'll add that. And then if you hit enter, you can see where your plane's going to sit. If you're happy with that, hit close. And to see it, head back to your Project Explorer and planes and ground floor. So your next stage is to see what that has created. So you head to Cutting Plane View. And this is your cut. So you can check the plane is the correct one, and you can adjust your cutting plane thickness here. Once you're happy with that, we can then look at creating the orthophoto. This is this button here, create orthophoto from point cloud. So click on that. You have your different options here, and we will select color coded intensity. Give your photo a meaningful name. Check that the plane you're using is correct. And if we get rid of these, then you can see if you select corner 1, you can pick where you want it to start. And if you click it once and then click it a second time, and you can adjust your pixel size here, and it will update all the relevant information there. Once you're happy with your settings, hit store. It will create, and you can check here in your imported scans Orthophoto ground floor and hit close. So before exporting it, we can check what the export will look like. So if you hit your Orthophoto ground floor, and then you can right click Launch External Viewer, and this is what it will look like. If you're happy with it, then you can move on to export. If you want to tweak it, then you can go back and adjust your Orthophoto export settings. The other thing you want to do while you're working on the project is head to View Filter Manager and make sure the Orthophoto is turned off in your layers. Otherwise it will sit in amongst the model data. So to export it, select your Orthophoto file, go to Home, Export, and pick your relevant CAD file format under the CAD tab. So for example, a DWG. You've already selected your file here, shown there, and by clicking the dots here, you can choose the file path that it will be saved in, and also change its name if you want to, and hit export. This button is ticked, and then because of that, it has automatically shut the command view once it's completed. And that's how to take a scan, create a slice, and prepare it ready to be drawn up as a floor plan in AutoCAD.